Hey everybody, it's me, Chris. I'm back over here in the kitchen. Today, I'm going to show you how to roast a whole chicken. And you know what? This has become one of our favorite meals. Probably started making a lot more because I know Jack likes it. So anytime your kids like something, if you have kids, you know that you tend to go back to it. But it's really just an amazing meal with some nice roasted vegetables. And you know what? Some people can get intimidated by it, but it's not really that hard at all. Couple steps you need to take. And I think more intimidating than anything is the process of unwrapping and cleaning the chicken. So guys, I posted a video on just how only shows you how to clean and prep the chicken. So go watch my video. It shows you how to take it out of the package, how to wash it and dry it in a clean and sanitary way. Once you get past that step, the rest is easy, trust me. So let me show you what I got. So I got my chicken here, and again, go check out my video, how to clean and prep and get to this point. All right, so that's cleaned, it's patted dry, and it's ready to go. I got some kosher salt, some fresh ground pepper. I got some extra virgin olive oil, a couple cloves of garlic, and I like to season the outside. You'll see what I'm gonna do. I got one of these Italian dressing packets. It makes a great seasoning mix. I got one lemon. All right, I need a zester. I'm just gonna use the lemon zest. I got my chef knife, and I got some butcher twine. I like to roast this on its own. I got my large 12-inch stainless steel skillet. All right, guys, so first thing I'm gonna do, I wanna make a little paste to season the outside of this chicken. So I got 2 cloves here, garlic, and this is optional. You don't need the garlic, I like it. I'm gonna cut the ends off and just give them a good smash, just like that, and then you could take them right out of the paper. All right, guys, and once they're out of the paper there, I'm just gonna smash them again. I just wanna give them a good smash, right? Release those oils, those essential oils, and then I wanna give this a really good chop. This looks pretty good. Now this can go right into my bowl. All right, guys, and the next thing I wanna do is just zest my lemon. Looks pretty good, and the lemon just really brightens it up, gives the chicken a really nice flavor. You can see I got it all there. I'll just put that right into my bowl. The lemon, I'm gonna cut my lemon in half. I'm gonna put this inside the chicken, so I'm just gonna set it to the side for now. All right, so now what I'm gonna do is take this seasoning packet, and this has a tremendous amount of flavor in there. These Italian dressing packets, you could get them anywhere pretty much now. I got some extra virgin olive oil. I'm gonna drizzle some in here, and I'm just gonna make a little paste, all right? Not too much. All right, and this looks good. It smells incredible. And then just see that, nice and thick. You want it to hold on to the chicken. This is a very important step here, all right? This is when we're gonna season the chicken. So now I got my gloves on, nice and clean. You gotta get some gloves when you cook like this. It really makes a difference, guys. So before I get to my paste that I'm gonna put on the outside, you gotta season the inside of the chicken. So I got one hand that I'm gonna use to hold the chicken up, and then my clean hand is going in. I got the kosher salt. All right, I want to really nicely season the inside. And this is fresh ground pepper. Okay, that's going to go on the inside as well. Now I got my paste. And this is why I like doing it this way. It's just very easy. Just dump it onto the chicken. I already got it on the cookie sheet here. All right, I get this out of the way. And then, look, just rub this all over the bird. Get the back too, don't forget that. Wings, I mean, you could tuck them under. I mean, some people do that. I mean, you don't have to. Once the outside's nicely seasoned, I think this looks pretty good. And now what you do is just take your lemon, put it in there, and you know what? I happen to have a couple sprigs of thyme. You don't need it, but I had them left over, so I'm gonna throw those in there as well. All right, that's gonna make for some nice drippings. And now comes the time when you truss it or tie it up. You don't really have to. It'll come out good just the same. I mean, I like to do it. It makes it nice, and it gives it a nice even roast. So look, you just go underneath the chicken like this, all right? And you lift it up, and now you cross it over, just make an X, all right? It's very easy. See that? Just grab it again, and then go underneath one of the legs, and then go underneath the other leg, and now you can cinch it, all right? Pick those legs up a little bit. Now you can cinch it like this. And now all you gotta do is just bring it around the back, just like this, underneath the wings. Okay, I don't know if you could see this. And then pull it around, and now you're gonna tie. So you go under once, and now you're gonna do one of those triple knots, or triple loop just like this because it'll help it cinch better. All right, and then just pull it tight. All right, you see how it kind of lifts it, the whole thing up, plumps it up, and then I'll tie a couple times, one more, just to really secure it. Just trim the excess here. All right, the hard work's pretty much done. Now, what I like to do is, again, I cook mine in a 12-inch stainless skillet. So now all I got to do is just take this thing. I got some clean gloves, but transfer it to your skillet. All right, if you want to get the last bit of the seasoning off of there and just rub it into the chicken, that's great. All right, and now look how easy this cleanup is because I got the foil there. I can just fold this up and that's it. All right, guys, and now you leave your chicken overnight, at least 24 hours. You want to let it sit in the fridge, leave it uncovered, let that skin dry out a little bit, and let all those flavors penetrate that chicken. Remember, we season the inside, we season the outside with that really flavorful paste, and then we'll be ready to cook this thing. All right, so take a look. So this is 24 hours later. My chicken sat in the fridge uncovered overnight. You can see it looks different. The skin's all dried out. If there's a little liquid in there, don't worry about it. That's perfectly fine. And guys, very important, I let this sit out for about a half hour, 45 minutes. You want to get because the pan is cold, you want to get it back to close to room temperature. All right, and while that was coming to temp, I cut up my veggies. I like to roast a big tray of veggies when I roast a chicken. And look what I got here. I just did some Brussels sprouts, some baby potatoes, some baby carrots, big chunks of onions, and then some whole garlic cloves. Those get really sweet when they roast up. A little extra virgin olive oil, some salt, pepper, and thyme, and that's it. Now, I've seen a lot of videos of people taking the chicken and roasting it on top of the vegetables. I don't recommend that. It just doesn't cook right. I want to even roast on my vegetables. I want to be able to mix them a couple times while they're cooking, so I don't do that. Adjust your oven racks so that it fits both of them, and I think you're going to get a much better result. And then I got here my wireless thermometer probe. You could see sticking out there. All right, and then if you don't have that, just get a digital thermometer. And you want to check, see the thick part of the thigh here, in there, and then in the breast, in the thickest part of the breast. There's no time on chicken. I mean, you got to cook it to 165. So before I put it in the oven, I like to start cooking it on the stove. That's why I keep it right in the skillet overnight. I'm just going to turn on my flame here. And then while my oven heats up, I want to jumpstart the cooking process. I'm just going to cook this on medium high for about 10-15 minutes. And guys, so the reason I start cooking it on the stovetop is because if you've ever roasted a chicken, you know sometimes the breast will cook through, it'll be done, but on that underside of the chicken, the thigh and the leg, it won't be done yet. So you could end up drying out the bird. You don't want to do that. So you want to give it a jump start, give it a 10-minute sear or so, get that pan nice and hot, get the underside of that chicken jump started and really hot, into the oven, 425. Now this could take an hour to an hour and a half, depends on your oven. You want to check it a few times, move it around, make sure it's cooking evenly, check your veggies, and just again, go to 165, and as soon as you hit 165, you know it's good to go. All right guys, so take a look, my chicken is done. I let it sit out a few minutes. I temped it in the breast and the thigh to make sure it was at least 165. And again, I'm using the wireless thermometer, so I know exactly when to take it out. But what you want to do, guys, when you take this pan out, either take your pot holder and put it on there like that, or if you have one of these rubber, this is used for cast iron, put that on there as well so that you don't forget and accidentally grab this handle. This pan is really hot. All right, and so what I like to do now, you see my veggies are cooked. So now, to let this chicken rest, you can't carve it yet. You gotta let it rest for at least 20 minutes, all right, at minimum. So I like to take it, and I like to put it on top of my veggies. My oven's off. I'm gonna put it back in the oven, just let it rest for 20-30 minutes. And then while that's resting, I'll get the table ready and I'm gonna make my gravy. And guys, one thing I wanna show you, you see all these drippings, the juices in the pan? They're clear. There's no blood there. So that's another way you can tell that your chicken is fully cooked. Okay, so all these drippings and all that crust there, that's flavor. You want to use that. So we're going to make a quick gravy. I'm going to turn this up to high. And I got a couple tablespoons of butter. There's a little fat in there, but not much. and a couple tablespoons of flour. I'm just gonna get that going. I'm just using a whisk here. I'm gonna start to cook this butter and flour just for a couple minutes. All right, guys, and then all you gotta do is just add some chicken stock and then bring this back up to the boil. And just add a little at a time. Get it to the thickness you want. I'll taste it. You could season it with salt and pepper, and then we'll strain it off. All right, guys, and look at this. This gravy came out great, and the flavor on this is unbelievable. So now I'm just gonna strain this off. Guys, now our gravy's done. All we gotta do is carve this thing. So I'm just gonna cut and remove the string. You know what, guys? The longer you let this rest, the better. It's been about 15 minutes, but you can let it go 30 minutes. It's gonna be a much more juicy bird. I'm gonna go ahead and carve this. So just pull one of the legs away, and you could see the joint right away. It kind of just breaks off, and just go in with your knife, and you'll see it. So it's super easy. I mean, you see how easy that leg quarter came off, and then I'm gonna cut the thigh off here. You just find that joint. All right, this is really tender, and just take your time. Once you find the end of that bone, just cut through. So you got the leg and you got the thigh. I'll do the same on the other side. Thighs there. I'm gonna cut the wings off. Actually, this one just pulled off. All right, I'll grab the other one. You can see just how tender this is. It's amazing. And then the last thing you do is the breast. I'm not super particular about this. I mean, if I leave a little on there, it's okay. I'm gonna pick it off and use it as leftovers. But just cut down the breastbone just like that, and kind of use your knife to wedge it away a little bit. All right, and then what you can do is just cut down on the bottom here, kind of the same way you would do a turkey. And you should be able to just lift that right off and get the whole breast. I'll take the other one off. And like I said, I'm not concerned about leaving an extra breast meat on here. I'm gonna pick this all off. We'll use it as leftovers, make something else with it. But I like to use my serrated knife now and then just slice the breast. All right, guys, so that's how you do it. I got this thing plated up on a nice platter. And look at this chicken and vegetables. Doesn't it look awesome? Really great meal. All right, guys, so I made a little tasting plate. Jack came down to help me out and do the taste test. So take a look. I got just some breast meat for Jack, and I got a little bit of piece of leg for me, and some vegetables. And look at this rich, beautiful gravy, Jack. This is a homemade one. Jack, go ahead and give this a try. Tell me what you think, buddy.
Gosh, dang, that's good.
There you have it, everybody. That's how you roast a whole chicken with some delicious roasted vegetables. A little bit of planning and preparing involved, but if you do that, it's really not hard. Don't be intimidated by it. Go watch my video on how to clean and prep the chicken first, and then you'll be ready to make a roast chicken dinner. You guys are gonna absolutely love it. Hey, I hope you liked the video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification button so you don't miss out on our future videos. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you on the next one.